twin. I want to have twins, so does Nicole. She wants 4, I want 2. So we'll go from there. Nick, oh, one sec, guys, sorry. Nick Lafria, hopefully I get that right. He says, hydro seeding, do you plan on buying an actual dump truck? You know, he's kind of asking me like all this other stuff. Are you going to expand more into construction and buy a Bobcat? I really want a Bobcat. It's probably my next big purchase. I don't really plan on buying a hydro seeder because you're looking at, you know, $50,000 for a decent fin. And I know a guy that gives me great prices on hydro seeding, so I'm really not looking into that, but I definitely am looking into an actual dump truck eventually, maybe even a 6-wheeler and a Bobcat. So then we have King RT. In your opinion, what is the best type of work truck that can be used for landscaping and snow plowing? So if you're looking for a truck that strictly does landscaping and you're planning on plowing, I recommend a 2500 HD or 250 Super Duty Ford Chevy and above. Anything under that I wouldn't recommend using, especially for plowing. How do you charge for snow removal? It's by the inch for the commercial properties. We do a 0 to 6, 6 to 12 inch, and then 12 plus, and then sanding and salting, obviously. And then, like I said, for driveways, let's say a small one's $40. We plow it once, come back in the end of the storm, plow it again, $40. And then, how do you charge / bid weeding jobs? I hate weeding. Weeding is expensive. It takes a long time. I actually just did a job probably a month ago, and it was $1,250 just to weed this woman's front yard because there were so many weeds. You know, you make money in weeding, but it's like mowing. There's really not much money in it. This guy, his name is Lawn Mowing. Will you be getting a commercial or residential grade rider? Yes, I plan on getting a rider. I'm looking at a Z-Track from John Deere, but you know, I don't know if I want that, and I'm also looking at an X-Mark. I may also get a Stander, so I'm torn between it, but that'll all be bought next year. Creekside Landscaping asks, what is your favorite wheelbarrow? Anything with 2 wheels. What ramps do you use? Just the typical ramps you get from Lowe's, Home Depot. I spent probably $100 on mine. They're heavy duty. You don't want to get the light grade ones because they'll break. And then what do you use for bed edging? We have an attachment that goes on one of the steel power heads, the KM130s, that when it's just a straight blade, marks everything out, a nice clean edge, and then you just take a regular hand edger and push the edges out. EDK Landscaping, do you plan on expanding your company like trucks, shop, mowers, snowplows? Do you plan on buying more trucks, moving to a new shop? I don't plan on moving to a new shop because I can throw a rock from my house to the shop. The shop is already getting a little smaller for me, especially if I plan on getting a rider. But like I said, I'm always trying to grow my business. You know, more plows, more trucks, more guys, more trailers. Just addicted to growing it. So the shop, as far as the shop goes, though, we'll probably have to end up doing some outdoor storage and kind of reconfiguring some stuff, but I don't plan on leaving that shop. I just signed a 3-year lease. So Sunset Lawns from Massachusetts, nice guy. If you weren't a landscaper, what would be your dream job? This is my favorite question. It's a wicked hard question. I would honestly have to say I'd either be a writer, because a writer, a stand-up comedian, or something out, you know, just something outdoors besides landscaping. But I really think I found my true calling. And what do you think is the best form of advertising? So Craigslist, 100%. Doesn't cost me money. I get 60 to 70% of my new customers from there. Word of mouth is really good advertising, but then again, you know, it's hit or miss. When I get back to Nashua, I'm going to be buying a bunch of lawn signs, just putting them everywhere for fall cleanups. I really want to try and just explode this fall. So that's next. You know, at this stage, like if you're like my size, I really wouldn't be going to like an advertising company. So, you know, small lawn signs, big, you know, ones that are clean and simple. You don't want to put 60 different services on a lawn sign because people are going to be driving by. You want your name, your number, and you want maybe a few services. Starview Landscaping asks, where do you find to be the best places to look for decent used heavy-duty trucks? Thanks. Well, Starview Landscaping, I don't know where you are. Craigslist, Equipment and Trucks, the magazine, online. Sometimes you find hidden gems when you're driving down a neighborhood doing a mowing. You see, you know, a 2010 Chevy and they want 20 grand for it. You know, I don't know. You know, you have to look Craigslist, that type of stuff. Try and find some stuff online. Ground Tech, do you share your shop with your dad? How much a month do you pay? I'm not going to tell you how much I pay. That's kind of like my personal finances. I have a really good deal on it. The lease is locked in for 3 years, and my dad keeps one small side for his plumbing business, just some spare stuff. But we do split the rent. You know, it's not 50-50 obviously because I have more. But I have the entire outside is all mine. So EDK again asks, what dealer did you buy both of your Easy Dump bodies from? So I bought the first one from Candia Trailers. They're far away, so I don't go to them. And there was a small leak in one of the valves, so when you would bring the body up, it would just slowly start to drop because air was getting in there. So then air would creep into the lines and would blow off the overflow gauge, the safety reservoir, and then hydraulic oil was like blowing all over my truck. So then I drove 45 minutes up there for them to fix it, and then they tried to blame it on me. So I don't use Candia Trailers anymore. I went to Boyers in Hudson, New Hampshire. They're amazing. I got a sweet deal on that. So Boyers in Hudson. Public School Tyler, how much was the Easy Dumper? And you should make a video on how to make sides for the new one. I am actually building a box for a fall cleanup, so I am going to take a video of that. The vac system is going to go onto it. And like I said, the Candia trailer was about $2,600, and Boyers was $2,000, both with installation. Nick Lafria writes, are you gonna expand more in, oh, I already read this one, sorry guys. Do you look into buying a Duramax for a truck, or are you always planning on gas? With the way these engines are built now, diesel used to be the way to go if you were gonna put a lot of miles onto it. But with these new flex fuels and all, as far as technology has come, you really cannot beat, you know, gas if you're doing the type of stuff I'm doing. If you start to get into large construction where you really need that extra power, you know, a lot of more towing capacity, then I definitely suggest a diesel. They last longer, they run cleaner. But for what I'm doing personally, I suggest a gas. Boss Haas, how much should I be paid per hour? I am in high school, know how to run a stander and commercial log pine, some masonry experience, and landscape maintenance skills. Thanks. So it depends on your region. If you have that type of knowledge and you can kind of, you know, dabble in everything, you're going to be probably paid $14, $15 an hour. Some places will try and pay you $8. Some places will try and pay you $17. It depends where you are. You know, I don't know the labor wages for Wisconsin or Texas, but I can tell you all about New England. In New England, you'd be looking at probably $14 an hour at a decent landscaping company. Diana Forgione, yo, become a non-union electrician and are SCAG good. Electrician codes books are about this long and they always come up with new ones. It's wicked intense. You make good money though. And I don't like SCAG because I've never driven them, and like I said, their parts are kind of monopolized. Robert Hess, what do you think is the best line trimmer? Do you recommend the Exmark Turf Tracer 48-inch? I heavily recommend the Exmark. I love it. I recommend any Exmark, and the best trimmer is steel, you know, those commercial grades. Don't buy Echo, because I bought a 3-pound spool of that and it was awful. It was a piece of shit. I had to always change the lines, so buy steel. That's it. Quick Cut Lawn Care at yahoo.com. How do you get your customers? You have to be a salesman. You really do. Salesman, saleswoman. You have to really be good at talking. You have to kind of swindle people. Not swindle, but you have to go on a lawn mowing estimate and then say, hey, you know, you want those bushes taken out, you want these pruned, you want this and that. You have to sell yourself 100%. That's like 60% of the business, or even more. So I'm a fast talker. I've always been. You know, I'm pretty quick with my words when it comes to customers. I can relate to them easily. Sometimes my bids are a lot higher than other customers. Like we did a lawn installation for this guy, Wenderson. Mine was like $2,000. And the other bids were like $1,200, $1,300, and I still got the job because he felt comfortable with me. His wife didn't even answer the door for one of the guys because he was all covered in crap. He looked just not professional. So you just really have to just sell yourself. And what forms of advertising do you do? From Brandon Hawley. Once again, lawn signs, word of mouth, and Craigslist. I have multiple accounts. I post that stuff all day long, and mine are very clean. The pictures are awesome. I list everything on nice and clean. There's no spelling errors. Everything's punctuated. So people always say that I have the best ads on Craigslist compared to a lot of other guys. So that was Q&A with Zach. We are in beautiful Florida. It's rained every day, but we've been at the casino, Universal everywhere. So thank you guys for the questions. It was a really good turnout. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm getting back in a couple days, and then we're going right into more work. So plenty more videos. Thank you guys for the questions, and I hope that helped. If you have any more, I can do another one of these if we get another 20, 30 questions. So just let me know. Thank you. Have a good day.